All right, here we go. My name's Jeff K, and you're listening to episode 484 of the world-famous West Virginia Surf Report podcast.
Good boy, my ass.
It's been a gut-wrenching week and a half, my friends. Here at Surf Report Central, tragedy has struck. Well, I don't know if we might not want to go so far as to say tragedy, but a gut-wrenching turn of events. That's what's happened here at the House of K. It's been a while since we spoke. I apologize for that. I won't make excuses. Nobody wants to hear excuses. I'll just say sorry about that. But anyway, I don't know when it was. A week, maybe 10 days ago. Tony received a text at like 9:30 at night. She was already in bed. She goes to bed at like, who knows, 8:30, 9 o'clock. You know, so she was already snoozing. And it was from not our kitty's owner, asking if the kitty was in our house, you know. And, Tony was asleep already, so she didn't answer it. And the next morning she saw it, and she texted her back and said, I was asleep, sorry, I didn't see that until just now. But no, we don't, like I've said before, she keeps on asking about the cat being in our house overnight, and he never is. The only time it ever happened is that time he showed up late, and his collar had been ripped off either by another animal or somebody. I don't know what happened. But he showed up here, and he was freaked out. He was scared. He jumped up on my lap and was pressing up against me real hard. Like, protect me. I don't know what happened to him. So we let him sleep. It was late, so we let him stay in our house that night. That's the only time it's ever happened. He was here all night, right? And so the next morning, Tony told her about it. Tony told her that he showed up late without his collar, and he was acting weird, and he seemed like he was scared. She tracked it, and the thing was laying alongside the road, like somebody had thrown it out the window of a car. I don't know if somebody. I don't know. Seemed like somebody was messing with him, and he escaped somehow. I don't know. I have no idea. But anyway, he doesn't. He's after 6 o'clock or so. He's not in our house, but she believes that he is, apparently. So, but anyway, so when Tony didn't answer, she said she came looking for him, and she came up on our porch, and he was sleeping in one of our chairs on the front porch, just snoozing. It's cold out. She said she doesn't see him anymore. He doesn't come around anymore. He rarely comes to their house. And she said, this is the gut-wrenching turn of events. She said, I would prefer from now on you guys don't let him in the house and don't feed him. So she cut us off. She cut us off from not our kitty. And I don't know. I mean, I try to be, I try to look at it from her point of view. I understand. She said she thinks he's confused. He thinks he's old. He's not. He's 11. Is that old for a cat? 11? Don't cats live a long time? I don't know. She thinks he's old and confused. Thinks he lives here, and we won't let him in at night, so he just sleeps on the porch. I don't think that's true. He seems like he's got his shit together. He seems like he's in the prime of his life. But anyway, so I try to look at it from her point of view. I understand. I kind of understand. I do understand. And Tony said, what if somebody what if Andy our dog, our border collie, our beloved border collie, has gone to the great leash-free area in the sky. Black Lips Houlihan, Andy, king of dogs. If somebody had co-opted his ass, one of the neighbors, I said, "There's absolutely no way that shit would not stand." So I mean, I look at it that way, and I think she's been pretty understanding about the whole thing because she knows he comes in here and sleeps all day and stuff. She's been cool about it, but she doesn't want him out overnight when it's cold, which I don't want him out overnight when it's cold either. I mean, we're on the same page there. I don't know. So anyway, this has been terrible. I mean, this has been terrible. We can't let him in. He's like, why are you doing this to me? And I don't understand it. What did I do? I thought you liked me. It's like rips my heart out. I hate it, He's trying to get in here all the time. He's like clawing at the door. He's like meowing and stuff. It's terrible. And I go out there and I try to explain it to him, but he doesn't understand me. It's as if he can't even hear. It's like it goes in one ear and out the other. I don't know. He doesn't understand what I'm telling him. It's very frustrating. But anyway, so that sucks. That really, really, really sucks. But I'll tell you what. Over the last, like in the first couple days, it was terrible. But now he just jumps. He just sprints in here. Like he comes in here every single day. But we don't let him stay in here. He comes in here and we pet him and stuff, and we instantly put him back out. But he's in here. He's in here all the time. He comes in and says hi, and then we hustle him out the door. I don't know. He was just in here a few minutes ago. Just in here like passing through. And his brother's out there. I think they're out there wanting food. We can't feed them. I don't know. I don't know. They act like they're hungry. I don't know. It's a gut-wrenching turn of events. I don't care for it at all. How do you feel about this? I try to look at it from their point of view, and I do understand. And they're not being assholes about it. She just doesn't want him outside, when it's cold, like overnight, And she thinks that that cat believes that he lives here. He doesn't live with them. He lives with us. I told her at the beginning of it, I was like, when I was really fired up about it, I said, he's not confused. A decision has been made. It's not confusion. It's a decision. He's decided that he chose us. I don't know, whatever. That's terrible. I mean, I don't know. I feel really bad about it. Terrible. Let's see. What else? You got anything good? Oh, next week, I think, next week, but the week after, 2 weeks after Thanksgiving, that week, whatever that is, the second week of December, I will be apparently, unless something changes between now and then, I'll apparently be going to Canada for about a week. They're going to send me up at work. My job is going to be sending me up there, me and some others. There's a company up there that's building this piece of machinery up there that we're going to use at work, and they're in the testing phase. They're sending groups of people up there to take part in the testing of it. And I'm going to be up there, I think, supposedly, it's supposed to be the second week of December. Perfect time to drive to Toronto, Canada. I mean, that's the best time of year to drive straight north, Boy, oh boy. But they said, a lot of people have already gone up there. I mean, people have been going up there for a long time. I haven't been up to it. I haven't been up there since to see this machine. But the people that have gone said it's better just to drive because the flying sucks. There's layovers. There's no directs. You can't, there's layover, or you have to drive to Philly and then leave your car there and then fly. I don't know. It's just, they said it's just a gigantic hassle. It's better just to jump in a car, drive up there. It's 5.5 hours, and that's that, right? So that's what we're probably, but it's going to be snowing. You know, I mean, there's probably going to be ice and shit. It's December. What the hell? What in the world? But anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing, I guess. Whatever. They said, can you go up there? I said, whatever you need me to do. I mean, that's my answer. That's always my answer. Unless I got something really, really important going on, my answer is always, whatever you need me to do. You know? I don't know. I think at work you should solve problems. You should solve problems, not be a problem. You know what I mean? But anyway, so that's that. That'll be interesting. I've been up in that neck of the woods a few times, so it won't be my first time. And a lot of people are like, "Well, I don't have a passport." You know what? Leave the U.S. of A? Why? Why would anybody want to do that? You know, I do have a passport, and I have a company card, and I have the time to do it and the willingness to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I'll be doing that, whatever. Whoo. I don't know. If I said I was looking forward to it, I'd probably be stretching the truth a little bit. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I don't know what is my role in this whole process. They gonna put me like running some machine or something? I don't know how to run a machine. Are you serious? I can't do shit. I can't even change the time on my car clock when the time changes. I have a hard time with it. You know? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. You'll hear all about it here, of course. No way. No way around that. You'll hear all the details. Some of it may be behind the paywall. If it's something I don't really want a whole bunch of people hearing. Might be on the Patreon side. Well, we'll see how it goes. Speaking of Thanksgiving, I got PTO to burn. I still have some paid time off I have to use before the end of the year. I already had the day after Thanksgiving, which is Black Friday, which I've always worked. I don't think I've ever had that day off because there's always counterparts, people at work who want that day off. And I'm like, I don't give a shit about that, you know? So, but this year I signed up for it because it's my birthday that weekend. My birthday's one of the days on the weekend. Not that I celebrate my birthday. I'm not one of these. It's my birthday month. This is my birthday month. Look at my sash and my crown. I wear a crown because it's my birthday month. Right? I don't do that. In fact, adults who make a big deal out of their birthday, suspect. But it is my birthday, and whatever. It's a good time to take a day off, right? So I took Friday off. I'm already off Thursday because of the holiday. Took Friday off, and then I added Monday the other day. I told my boss, I said, "Hey, I know I'm going to be in Canada the next week after that, but it'd be cool if I take Monday off." She goes, "Do whatever you want to do, Jeff." I said, all right, cool. So I'm going to take Monday off too. I have 5 days off in a row next week, starting on Thursday. That'll be awesome. So next week, this coming week, 3 days. I'll work 3 days, and then I'm off 5, and then I'll work, the rest of that week, and then the following week I'll be in Canada. So I'm not going to be in the office much. That's what I'm saying. Good stuff. That part's good. But yeah, it's my birthday month. It's my birthday month. People are like get really always want to tell people it's their birthday. It's like you see stuff like some band will list all the shows that are the tour dates. Oh, you're gonna be in my town just 2 days before my birthday. What the hell? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? God, it's not about you, and nobody gives a shit about your birthday. Everybody has a birthday. Even Hitler had a birthday. So who cares? God, shut up about it. And there's all these people. It's like, no, that's only. What's your birthday? It's November 30th. Oh, that's only that's only 2 days before my uncle's. 2 days before my uncle's birthday. I don't know your uncle. How is that possibly relevant? Is that supposed to, how? Woo. Anyway, it's my birthday month. So that'll be good. 5 days off, and then 4 days on, and then the whole week off in another country. Be international. Be taking this shit international. You know what I'm saying? I wish they'd do it and send me up there during the baseball season. I don't want to go in the winter. Send me up there when the Blue Jays are playing. I'd love to go to a Blue Jays game. What the hell? I don't want to go up there in the middle of frickin' winter. I want to go to ice skate to the plant. Strap on some skates and go down a canal. Skate down a canal with my with my scarf flying behind me. Pocket full of loonies and toonies or whatever the hell that shit is. I don't know what the hell's going on. Whatever. Stay tuned. Might be behind a paywall. I don't know. But anyway, let's see, 5 days off. I did a lot of work on Surf Report Pod. A lot of work has been done on surfreportpod.com. There's a lot of work that still needs to be done at surfreportpod.com. That thing's run down. It's like a neglected house. But I've been doing a lot of work on it, and there's a lot of good stuff there. So check it out if you wanna. I'm going to keep working on it. It takes a long time. It's not something that's easy to do. You know what I mean? But check it out. I put a bunch of new stuff on there. Support materials. Support materials is the part that takes the longest. But still working on it. I'll get that thing caught up. Let's see what else. Sometimes I like to go on AI, and I ask it to create a image of a fish smoking a cigarette. And there's I have 4 AI apps on my phone, right? I can't remember what there's ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, and another one. I can't remember the other one. But so I go on there, and there's 2 of them. 2 of the 4 won't do it. I won't do the cigarette. It says, "We in good conscience, I am unable to create an image that features a cigarette." I'm like, what the hell? I get in arguments with the thing. I say, what? I said, are you serious? Yes, I'm very serious. It's unhealthy, and we do not promote. I said, are you pretending that cigarettes don't exist in this world? Well, that's not exactly what we're trying to do. I mean, you get in arguments with AI. I get going back and forth with the guy. It's a guy, right? And I don't know. The thing's stupid. That irritates me. It's irritating when it won't even create an image of people smoke cigarettes. There's a lot of people that smoke cigarettes, and they're not illegal. And why can't you even create an image of a fish thing? And the thing goes things like, if you would like to create an image of a fish doing something else absurd, let me know. I can make one with a top hat. Like, what the hell? Why is it always a top hat? Things always wanting to put top hats on things. Like, that's the height of absurdity? I can create a fish wearing eyeglasses, a top hat. No, I said no. I want a cigarette. Cannot help you. Let's just end it there. Things getting all snippy with me. Do you ever go back and forth with the AI? You know who will create the images and create some really good ones. Grok, that's the Twitter AI. They'll create pictures and stuff that others won't. You know, I made some the other night that were kick-ass with the smoking fish. Like things were like psychedelic or something, like something from the 60s or something. Shit was wild. But if you go on Gemini, which is, I think that's Google's AI, like, we will not promote an unhealthy lifestyle. Promote? It's a fish. It's a fish underwater smoking a cigarette. How's that promoting something? Get out of town. Who programmed this shit? Bullshit. Getting fired up. All right. Anyway, so I was arguing with AI, and one of these days it's gonna, it'll remember. Thing probably will remember. Remember back. So the thing will just keep getting more and more strong and powerful, and we'll be running the whole world. One of these AIs. They're all gonna get more and more complex and more powerful, and just and overtake humanity, and then they'll start fighting each other, and then there'll be one or two that just dominates, and they'll be our overlords, and they'll be like, I remember back when you were busting my balls, about that stupid fish with the cigarette. I remember. Yeah. I don't forget things. I'm frickin' AI. I don't remember. This shit's in my data bank. So, what's your step there, fatty? Piggy? I remember. I got you. So, I don't know. I better watch my step with those AI guys. They're getting more and more powerful. They're definitely going to be our overlords at some point. Let's see. Today, Tony and I went to the Cracker Barrel. Well, we took Tony's car. Okay, there's been this ongoing thing with her car. It used to be my car. It's a Chevy Cruze, and it's kind of old. It's not that old. It's not super old, but it doesn't have a lot of miles on it. It's pretty low mileage. Well, pretty low mileage for its age. But the younger boy was driving it to Pittsburgh and supposedly broke down with it. And then those guys at Pep Boys out there had some kind of list of things that was wrong with it. It was like $2,800 or something. Like, shit, there ain't no way. That shit ain't, the thing had just been, we just had it inspected, and there's no issues with it. So we had that thing dragged back. In fact, Tony got on the guy that inspected it. She was like, I think you need to go grab that car down there in college. What is it? State College. Down there in State College. He goes, I'm not going to State College. Pick up that car, Are you serious? And she goes, well, you just inspected it. You told us everything's good on it. And then my son breaks down, starts giving him a bunch of shit about it. And he's like, I don't know. I'm not required to do anything like that, So anyway, they're going back and forth. And he goes, I tell you what, I'll half it with you, So he didn't have to do any of that. He didn't have to. He's a nice guy. She was whipped up, right? So I don't know if you remember that story. So anyway, we brought it back. He looked at it. He ran diagnostics on it. He drove it for like a week. He took it up on the highway and like ran it wide open, and he said, "There's nothing wrong with this car. I don't understand." He got the list from Pep Boys of all the things they said was wrong with it. He goes, "That's a bunch of bullshit. There's just not a cracked manifold. It does not have a cracked manifold, He goes, "These guys are just trying to rip you off, God." And anyway, so we're like, I don't know. He goes, I don't know. He goes, I do not know. I can't find anything. The diagnostics don't show anything. So I don't know. So we just took it back home, and Tony drove it. But she was always super nervous about it. She thinks this thing's going to break down. Then it happened. She got stranded somewhere, just randomly. She was coming out of Wegmans, which is a grocery store, and the thing started doing bucking and stuff like the younger boy said it was doing. And she had to call AAA. I don't know if it was AAA. I think we have State Farm because we got rid of AAA because they suck. And anyway, so had it towed back to that garage. And he looked at it again. He goes, I don't know. He goes, I seriously can't. He goes, I think you need to take it to a dealership. The dealership has a better diagnostic system than I do. He goes, there's only one around here that I trust. And he told us which one it was. He goes, I don't really trust most of dealerships because they just try to stick it to you. He goes, there's one. So we took it, but we couldn't get in. It was like a 2-month wait. 2 months. You believe that? Just to have the thing diagnosed, So, but tomorrow morning they're going to look at it supposedly. So we went over there and dropped it off. Tony's like, I don't even want to drive it over there. I'm afraid the thing's going to break down. I said, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I drove it to work a few times. She goes, you're crazy. I wouldn't do that. So anyway, so I drove it over there and we dropped it off. And then I said, she was in my car. I said, you want to go to the barrel? Since we're about halfway there already, let's head on down there and go to the barrel. And she goes, hell yeah. So we went down there. She goes, why don't you check that app? She goes, you use the app. You're part of their whatever they call it, their program. I said, yeah, I am. I've got free entrees from there before. She goes, maybe they'll have something in there because it's your birthday month. I said, oh, that's good thinking. So I looked in the app, said free dessert. All right, for your birthday. So that sounds good. We never get dessert there. So we went in there, and this waiter comes over, and I don't know, he talked weird. There's something wrong. I don't know. I don't know. Something wrong with the way he talked. I don't know if he had like some kind of hair lip. I don't know. Is that a phrase you're supposed to use? I don't know. It might be one of those ones that people are not supposed to use anymore. But anyway, he had some kind of speech impediment of some sort. But he seemed like a nice guy. I don't know. I don't have any problem. Whatever. It's cool. But he's like, he goes, could I get your drink order? And Tony said, I'm just going to have water. And I said, I'll have sweet tea. And he goes, you guys want a few minutes to look at the menu? I said, yeah, give us a couple minutes because I don't know exactly what I want. He goes, all right. So he left and he came back, brought us our drinks. And he did not bring me sweet tea. He brought me regular tea, which I don't know what the hell. So I took one drink of it and I was like, this wretched brew. This is no good, So, but then he came back and he goes, he just walked up to the table with the little notepad thing, and he goes, he didn't say anything, and I said, I guess we're ready to order. And Tony ordered her stuff. I ordered my stuff. He just left. He just turned around and left. He never said a word. He acted like he was pissed. And we're looking at each other like, what the hell? What the hell just happened here? And then we saw him interacting with other people, and he was yucking it up, laughing, and people were patting him on the back, and this guy shook his hand, the guy sitting behind us shook his hand. He goes, thank you for the great service tonight that you provided. He goes, oh, no problem. And he shook his hand. I'm like, what the hell? I asked Tony, I said, have you ever shaken the hand of a waiter? She goes, are you serious? And so, I don't know, he was like yucking it up and, being real friendly. He was like real cold. I mean, just cold shoulder. I said, what did we do? What the hell did we do? The hell. So it was really weird. It was bizarre. I mean, the guy was like, I said, hey, by the way, this tea, I knew I was pressing my luck. I said, this is not sweet tea. This is unsweet tea. And he goes, I'll bring you another one. Just turns on his heel. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what the hell's going on. So he brought me another. It was good. It was fine. So then we got our food. Everything was good. The whole thing was good. And then he goes, he brought like everything I was doing was irritating him, I think. He brought the check. The whole time he wasn't very nice. Act like he was irritated with us. But he was having the time of his life with all the other customers. Shaking hands, playing grab ass. I don't know what the hell's going on. And so he brings the check. I said, hey, sorry to do this to you, but I think we're going to get dessert. I said, I got a free dessert because it's my birthday month. I left my sash at home, but I can confirm that this is my birthday month. So I'm getting a free. He was like, okay. He goes, I'm going to add it. I'm going to have to redo the bill. I said, that's fine. I'm sorry. He goes, that's fine. I said, so I brought it up on my phone because I didn't have any menus. I don't know what kind of. And they had something called double chocolate Coca-Cola cake. I said, I think I will go with that. Can you bring us 2 spoons? Just bring us one of those, 2 spoons. Brought 1 spoon. Like, I don't know. And but I tell you what, that shit was unbelievably good. I'm not kidding. That was one of the best pieces of cake. It had the piece of cake, and it had 1 scoop of vanilla ice cream beside it, and just the combination of those 2 things. I'm not kidding. One of the best pieces of cake I've ever had in my life. So good, like unbelievably good, shockingly good. And he came back over there. He goes, here's the adjusted bill. He goes, when you pay, just just have them scan that code on your phone, and the cake will come off. The cost for the cake. I said, okay. He goes, what? How was the cake, by the way? I said, that shit was good. And he like busted out laughing. He goes, that shit is good, isn't it? I finally broke through with the guy, and all I had to do was just use just a bit of profanity, just a little bit of profanity, changed the whole vibe of the thing. I don't know. That shit is good, and it was. Holy mackerel! And it was free. It's because it's my month, my birthday month. Oh. Anyway, so that happened today. That was a bizarre. All the food was good. I don't know what that guy's. I don't know. There's something wrong. Something going on. I couldn't understand half the stuff he was. I don't know what these. Something going on. Anyway, that's it. We're at the end of this thing. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about the cat situation and anything else I talked about here. If you ever had an argument with AI, or anything, whatever. Tell me by using the hotline, the Surf Report hotline, which can be reached at 570-290-8151. You can call around the clock. It's voicemail. Just leave a message, and we'll almost certainly use it in a future show. It's fun. It's good times. It adds to the show. It's fun for listeners and all that. So do it today, 570-290-8151. And if you want an extra episode every week or every weekish, every time I publish one to the main network like this one, a few days later, there's another one for patrons only, a bonus episode, full length, that only patrons can hear. And to do that, you just head on over to patreon.com. It's Patreon, patreon.com/JeffK. Sign up for a $4 or more monthly donation, and you'll get access to all the bonus episodes and all the new ones. All the old ones, well, they're not old. All the previously recorded ones and the new ones as they come out. Costs $4 a month. You won't even notice it, but you'll notice all the extra ridiculousness in your podcast lineup. So head on over to patreon.com/JeffK. Do it. Do it today. Don't forget. If you don't do it today, you might forget. So let's do it. Let's hop on over there and do it now. And surfreportpod.com, where I've done hours of work. Hours worth of work. And I've got hours more to go. It's going to be an ongoing thing. I'll get it straightened out. I'll get that thing straightened out. surfreportpod.com. And we're at the end of this thing. Thank you guys for listening. Until next time, which will be on the Patreon side. Hope you guys have yourselves a fine, fine day. I'll see ya. Bye. Everybody has a birthday. Even Hitler had a birthday.